Thanks, that's all for today.
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 Thank you, that's all for today.
Thanks, that's all for today.
Thanks, that's all for today.
Thanks, that's all for today.
Hello everyone and welcome to the final episode of season 1 of Thanks, That's All For Today, a little bonus episode for you with my family, the Mullens. Today I'm joined by 3 co-hosts live in the building. Don't worry, it's COVID approved because we are all part of the same household. Today I thought it would be cool to do something completely different and ask my family their version of events of my audition stories. Oh my gosh, some of them have absolutely cracked me up. I did actually film this back in September, hence why I refer to them as my first guests. I know they're not. But anyway, please enjoy the final episode of 2020. Here's the Mullens. Okay, this is going to be probably the most professional podcast you'll ever hear in your life. I feel like, oh gosh, Mum's already laughing. You can laugh.
What is she laughing about?
Oh my gosh. Watch those hands on the table. Sorry. This is a very sensitive mic and we've got Prosecco. So this could be a wild one. I know, I'm so sorry. Not like me to be bossy.
Should we be talking? And everything?
Oh, what with COVID and everything? Oh, Mum's Lambda voice is coming through. Today, obviously, is a very, very special episode because we have got probably my favourite guests, my first guests actually, but so far you're my favourite guests.
And your best guests.
And my best guests.
There is a long list of favourites, we already know.
No, I do get criticised for having quite a few favourites, but favourite to me is like an adjective. Well, it is.
Whatever.
No,
anyway.
Seriously.
It's a good big hole you dug yourself in.
No, I'm sorry. I do have a lot of favourites, okay? But when I say you're my favourites, I mean it from the heart. You know, just like I'm your favourite child, Dad, and Louie's mum's favourite child. But we all know I'm Nanny's favourite. Okay?
You're my favourite daughter.
Thank you.
Me too.
Thank you. You're my favourite.
I do have a few other daughters.
Yes, Adele, if you're listening.
That's my big girl.
That's your oldest girl. So if you're listening, get in touch. Come round for Christmas. Okay, so I am going to do my my little intro for you guys now.
Okay.
So before that, I probably should explain why we've got the 4 of us together. It is a very selfish career that I have.
Thanks for admitting it.
No, it really is. And I really couldn't do either the job or the auditions or the training without the people that I live with and my closest family. And from the very, very, very beginning, making you sit down, poor Louie, but making you sit down and watch hours and hours of me doing shows, coming to see my dance shows, all the way to more recent stuff like coming to auditions and going through all the process with me and always being there, the 3 of you, whether you like it or not. There's been phone calls, there's been meltdowns, there's been some very, very embarrassing moments.
It's a 4-man team.
It is.
It is. We've all got different roles.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll be the driver.
He's the driver.
No, oh yes, you are.
He's the
He's the manager. He's
tour manager.
He is.
Yeah. By the way, we've also got our own support teams behind each of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I know. And you guys have always been there either at the end of the phone or in person. So thank you so much, because I couldn't have done it without you guys. And so I thought today a really fun thing to do would be for you guys to speak from your point of view in terms of the audition process, because all of my episodes are going to be from the point of view of my guest and their audition experience, but I've never really thought about asking the people who are the long-suffering support team of someone who is in the entertainment industry. And I do think we've had some really funny moments, some amazing moments, and some hilarious and emotional times. So let's get the introduction of each of my favourite guests tonight. First of all, he's 6'5", 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever day you catch me on, I'm definitely bigging up his height.
Adding an extra inch or
Yeah,
two.
every single year. He's going to end up one day being 8'9". He is my fitness guru. He is good at bloody everything. Absolutely everything. Many people question that we are related because he is like Perfect Peter and I'm the Horrid Henry, but he's absolutely wonderful. Poor Louis, the times we have shared audition experiences have been very dramatic since he moved to London and when we lived together. So he's going to be giving us, I'm sure, some comedy gold stories for you. We've then got my long-suffering, absolutely wonderful and beautiful mama.
Oh, I thought you were going to say dad.
My best friend Trish. And mum has been on the 444 National Express coach with me so many times to London.
I'm a driver now.
Yeah, honestly, she gets more airtime than me when I do TV. Sorry, the one time I've done TV. And she's just my major support woman when I need anything. Even like for open auditions, when I've been in the queue for like 5 hours, I ring my mum to chat things through. And there's always a debrief after an audition. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my wonderful Trish.
Hello.
Oh my god!
Sorry, that came out really weird.
Someday
I just
my
had a drink of-
dreams will come.
I just had some Prosecco and it kind of got, got stuck there.
Okay, right. Well, let's
I
just.
think I've just aged about 20 years.
I don't know what happened there.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
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 Sorry about that.
Stories.
I've seen so much live. Okay, listen, it's not disrespectful that I call my mum Trish. Some people do question it, which really annoys me because that's your name. I'm really sorry if that offends anybody. I do also call her mum, but it's like a term of endearment.
I don't mind what you call me, really.
Oh, darling, I don't mind.
Damn octave.
Okay, we don't know what voice we're going to get from Trish tonight. This could be your voice reel for voiceovers.
I don't know.
Talking of
Don't get any
accents,
work.
we've got a Scottish man in the building.
Hello.
This is my absolutely wonderful king of my life, my dad, who has been also, like my mum, my Trish, also been on many a journey. He's driven me all the way to Carlisle and back. He's picked me up in Sheffield. He's driven me all over. You dropped me off in Edinburgh once, didn't you?
I did.
And
I
and
did.
Glasgow as well. He's literally, what's the word for like dadager? You know, like you've got mummager. He's like, he gets me from A to B, don't you? Without a...
It's a pleasure.
It's
an absolute pleasure.
And he is probably the best PR anyone could ever have, because at his work, I mean, you've got PowerPoints, you've got videos of me. Anytime I meet anyone he works with, they're like, your dad is so
I
proud.
think he's developed an accent.
I think
Yes, so do I.
I think everybody's seen you in every job that I've ever done. So there you go.
Yeah. You've even showed videos that, like, when we were getting, like, changing our phone contracts.
Oh my
once.
God.
Showing off at Vodafone. Do anything to get a discount.
Oh,
Check out my daughter singing.
Did you nearly say
Anyone
sister?
had
Oh, £10 off for the month.
Hey, that was really good.
Yeah, it was good, isn't
Yeah,
it?
really good. Okay, so we are going to play the game that I have created called WTF Happened.
Whoa.
What the happened?
What does that stand for? Does that stand for?
Does anyone
don't
need
know.
that explained what that means? Because I know what it means.
Oh, do you?
Do you?
Okay, you can tell
It
me.
basically means
tell you
what the flip happened, okay? So I am going to give you a scenario that has happened in an audition, and I want you to tell me what's happened, okay?
okay.
I would like you to buzz in by saying your name. Here we go. Let's do a practice round, okay? What is my name?
Ed.
Why did you just panic?
I don't know what that
I didn't
is.
panic.
What's my name?
WTF, is that the answer?
Oh gosh. Sorry, didn't know I was working with amateurs.
Oh.
Well, I
I
am.
feel like this is an audition. Oh.
Thanks, that's all for today.
Oh.
Okay, so first question. Who did I address before addressing a major casting director in an audition.
What?
So I walked into an audition room and a major casting director was sat on the panel, and I got distracted by something else and addressed that something else by going, hello, blah, 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 before I even acknowledged this casting director. What distracted me?
Food.
No.
There was
There was a little puppy dog on the floor.
Well done. There was a dog.
what?
There was a dog.
100 points for the first one.
How did you know?
Andy said his name.
I know.
That?
Yes, but
Oh, I had no clue.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. So basically, I walked into the audition
Next
and there was
question.
this beautiful dog.
I'm on a win.
Oh, sorry, you're on a roll.
He's on a roll.
And you got my name right. What happened to my accent when I performed alone to a panel in an audition? And that's something.
Trish.
Oh,
Rock, paper, scissors.
Trish.
Oh no, not me.
Sorry,
It wasn't me.
were you there?
It wasn't me. You developed an Southern American accent.
I did till now. I never got by on my
But that wasn't
own.
required, was it?
I
that
never
accent?
really cared until I
Louis,
met you.
Louis,
Yeah,
stop
how
singing.
awful. How awful. It was absolutely dreadful. And they did say to me when I finished, well tried. Let's see you for a call back later. Devastated.
No.
Yeah, it was
What
very
the
embarrassing.
role for? Can you say?
I cannot disclose.
Did you actually go
Sorry.
get called back?
Yes, I did, and I went to the callback. And funnily enough, at that callback, they told me to wear heels, and so I wore stiletto going out on a night out
wow.
shoes, and everybody wore a character heel. Very embarrassing. Okay, what member of Altogether Now's 100 did I meet during an audition? Clue, she was on the panel.
Jerry Harrywell.
What's your name?
Ed.
Louis.
Oh,
Jerry Harrywell.
do you mean Jerry Halliwell? She's now Derry? Jerry Horner. You've got to say Jerry Horner.
Who's she going out with then?
She's married to Mr. Horner.
She's married.
Okay, Ed. Who was it?
Lady.
You buzzed in, didn't you?
I thought that was the answer.
No, it
No, I thought it
wasn't.
was Jerry Halliwell.
No.
Harry Horner.
Who was it? Who
I
do
don't
you
know.
think?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. It was for a corporate group based on Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Portia, yeah.
Lovely Portia.
The lovely
Charismatic.
Portia. And I didn't realise until I finished singing, I said, oh, you're in the 100. She must have been like,
Oh
sorry.
yeah, because there's like so many people on the panel, isn't there?
Yeah, there's 100.
Sorry.
You weren't there.
I don't think I watched that one.
Okay.
Next.
I'll show you
What
later, I recorded
method of transport was I offered after an audition? Now this was a music industry audition.
Louis.
Yes.
Lamborghini.
Yes, a ride in somebody's Lamborghini after an
Wow.
audition.
I was going to say coaching horses. I thought,
No.
I thought maybe Cinderella.
No, that would be very nice, but no, and just to say,
Lamborghini.
I turned down the offer. Highly inappropriate. Okay, what alternative lyrics did I sing in an audition instead of Edelweiss?
Angel
Trish.
Vice.
Oh, Angel.
You can't use my answer.
Angel Mice.
It wasn't Angel.
Angel Vice?
It was Angel Mice, Angel Mice. And Mum was stood in the window looking in, shaking her head.
Like, what is she singing?
And I was like,
Sorry, that's not my daughter.
and right.
Was this when you were at school?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
in
that's
year.
okay.
I was in year 7,
Shaking and
I was
right.
outside going, sing out, Louise.
and I sang. I think I sang "Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word" as well, and was doing the "It's sad, so sad, so sad." Yeah. During a dance call last year, and I will tell you the show because I absolutely love this show. It was a privilege to be part of. During the dance call for Stardust last year, what injury did I suffer physically?
Bruised knees.
That was during the show because I had to dance on the floor. So that is kind of correct.
During the audition.
During the audition, what injury did I suffer?
Trish, whiplash.
Yes. Lena Patel's choreography is absolutely amazing, and I just got really carried away and was whipping my hair back and forth, and I got whiplash. What phrase did I read about myself during a drama school audition that made me cry? So I looked over at the panel and I saw under my name that they'd written something about me.
Oh no.
What was it?
Bit ditzy. Bit ditzy.
No!
Bit ditzy. Who would say that about you?
A little bit ditzy,
But
yeah.
you're acting.
No, they meant my personality.
But you're acting though, so how do they know it's your personality?
Because I walked in and was like, hello, I had a little interview with them because it was for drama school, and then I hadn't acted yet. So I just looked over. My eyes used to be much better than they are now, and I saw a little bit ditzy. And I got in the car and I cried. I did get a recall though. Little bit ditzy. Anyway. Okay, what totally inappropriate song did I sing at a children's drama school audition when we were asked to prepare a lullaby?
Louis.
Or a nursery rhyme?
Louis. Shaggy, it wasn't me.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Good guess though.
You know what? I can't remember this. Was this for Panto?
No, this was for a children's drama school that I worked for.
Okay.
And everybody sang like nursery rhymes or children-friendly songs. And I sang You Want All My Love from Dreamgirls and burst into One Night Only. And everyone was sat there like, oh, wow, okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I was like, right on the line. And they were all like, raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Anyway, mine was the worst choice. I've written most orc. So I'm thinking, what was my most awkward audition? But I don't even know off the top of my head what my most awkward audition.
I think there were the couple that comes into my mind. One was when you did sort of a grand entrance into an audition, but because you didn't have your glasses on, you walked into the curtain.
Oh yeah.
And you couldn't find your way in.
Yes, I couldn't find my way in.
The panel were
That's
like,
amazing.
come in. Oh, she can't find her way in, and you were hello.
Yeah, that's very embarrassing. Dad's looking at me like I
Can you
didn't know.
imagine if you went into a job interview
And it was
bang
filmed. It was filmed as well. Yeah, it was one of
And
my
another one
television
was,
ones.
You went in to the audition room, and there was no one there, and so there was a mirror. You walked over to the mirror, and you just made sure your makeup was still on and your hair was in place, and then you heard, "Oh, hello," and you turned round, and you were in the audition, but you couldn't see the panel.
Oh my
because they were
god, they were so
away.
far. I think that was
They
at
were at the end-
Erdang.
They were at the end of the room.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you were like putting on your lipstick in the mirror, waiting to be
It's
called.
all to do with my
And
eyesight.
You were already in there.
Okay, so I didn't actually keep score. So I don't actually know who won that
I
game.
think it was a draw.
I think it was a draw.
It's very generous.
I thought I won with Shaggy, it wasn't me.
No,
Okay.
but you've given me an idea to put in my rep folder. I think I'd be quite good at that. Yeah,
It wasn't me.
because I could do both parts to show my range.
You do that.
Come in the shower.
It wasn't me.
Okay, so we've come to the part of the episode where I would like to hear from the three of you, probably some of your most memorable moments and how they've affected you. I just think it's interesting to get the point of view of people who are not in the industry, because I don't think we realise I'd like to think I'm quite resilient. And I do take rejection well, but only because I've got you guys. Because I do need to get upset. I do need to moan about it or express my excitement, or just like it's like having a sounding board with you guys. So I don't think I'd still be doing this at 27 if it wasn't for you three. I think I would have given up a long time ago. But I just want to hear any of your good, bad, or hilarious moments. We'll start with Louis. I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
Yep.
I couldn't pick a better myself. Do you want to set the scene?
Set the scene, okay, so I'm going to say it was like a weekday, okay? And I remember either coming home from work, or it was either that lunchtime, getting a message from mum and being like, yeah, you might want to go and see Harriette. She's got an audition in London, and I think it'd be good if she, has someone to talk to afterwards. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I get to the location and I'm just chilling there, just waiting.
And sorry, mum's consulting her list and Louis just finding it very funny. It's your turn soon, okay? She's waiting for her turn.
Been practicing
So
for a week.
I just wanted to say, with this audition,
I think Louis thinks I'm going to list every single thing, but I'm not.
She's got my CV in front of her.
I wasn't going to say anything. You're the one who just brought it up.
God, I've seen some on that list I don't even know what. Daisy Corcoran, Pinafore Pirates. Oh my God, I was in year 6.
Yeah.
Okay, right, let's go back to
Nativity
Louis.
play she's got in there as well, Nativity.
Oh, good, when I was 4.
Yeah.
That's a good... Where's my pen?
Where, put that one down.
Birth.
Nativity.
Yeah.
I was born to an applause.
Hang on. Leading star.
Oh, I know. I couldn't be Mary, and I couldn't be the star that stayed on stage because I'd fidget too much. Okay, so Louis.
Right. Yeah. So I got to the location and I was just chilling. I remember telling Mum, like, right, I'm actually going to have to... My phone's going to die. I'm going to run out of battery. So I'm not too sure how I'm going to find him. I'm just going to have to keep an ear out for her. Anyway, I'm sat in the park and I can just hear... I can hear this voice that is so familiar. And I think I'd just come off the phone with Mum, and as soon as I come off the phone with Mum, I can just hear this voice of like... Oh my God, you have no idea what I've just got myself into in this audition. And I can hear it and I'm like, right, that's Harriette, where is she? Where is she? So I'm trying to find her. I can see her like power walking away from the audition room and I'm trying to catch up with her and I can hear she's on the phone to Mum. Anyway, I get her and I'm like, I'm trying to think what I did. I think we had a quick chat. She was like, I've got to tell you about this audition.
Yeah.
And I think we sat down on the park bench somewhere and there was just this crazy story of like, shall I do it?
Please do the impression.
Okay.
Please, just to put this into context as well, like I'm literally like majorly dressed up, earrings, hair, just sobbing on this bench. Anyone walking past, he's dressed in a suit.
You're properly like assessing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what went wrong?
I was so manic, and then this is what was coming out of my mouth.
So
he does such a good impression.
She was like, oh my God, it was the worst audition ever. I don't even think I could do it. But I was amazing though. You see me on the judge, you see the judges stop like, oh no, there was this one thing that I just don't think I would be able to do. Oh, it was so embarrassing. But they did like this other part of me that was really good. Oh no, but it wasn't this. I just don't think it was a good job. Oh no, am I going to get the call back? Oh, actually, they will call me back. I was the best one there. So it was like that for about an hour. And we went for food as well. We went for dinner.
Let's say I had such a bad experience and I had such a meltdown that Dad transferred Louis money for us to go for a 3-course dinner. What a hero. And we went and sat in the window of this place. We had like 3-course meal and I pulled myself together and then as we were leaving I was like, I just remember something else. It was just like up and down and up and down. Poor Louis. He's come from his muggle job, like with normal people, and he's just like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, I just got dressed up for 5 minutes, and my outfit wasn't
but
right.
No one else was wearing as good as clothes as I was, so I definitely got that one checked.
It was just so, it was so dramatic and very erratic behaviour. I'm very sorry.
It was just mad.
And he was like, it's all right, babe, it's okay, don't worry about it. And I was like, you don't understand. But it was absolutely brilliant. And you know,
I can imagine that being a response when it's like, you know, you've gone back and forth and stuff like that.
Definitely for me, and not speaking for everyone, because some people are really, really good at just going, oh, I've got an audition today, it's like work.
Sounds like you actually you build a relationship with this audition.
Yeah.
Like. And then at the end of it, you just get dumped.
Yeah.
You're just a bit like, yeah.
With no...
I had all these
you get ghosted sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. It's not for everyone.
No.
It's not for the faint-hearted. I mean, going for a job interview is hard enough, but to do what you go through as a performer, you bare your soul.
Yeah.
You put it all out there on the table.
There's no other industry that does that to an individual.
No. I don't know how you all do it. I take my hat off to you because you have to be resilient. You have to be able to take the knocks.
Yeah.
And get back up and try again. And some auditions that you've done several a day back to back.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you do that.
Which one of those auditions is it off this list that you've got here?
I've been to a lot of auditions with you. One of the things that is a constant with you is that you always amaze me when you come out of auditions, because I know how much effort goes into it. I know it must be absolutely so difficult, so heart-wrenching, so nerve-wracking for you. Yet you come out every time and you just carry on. You've never actually had a meltdown with me.
Apart from with Louis.
After
But you've never been like,
No,
sorry,
you-
if you've never been like, that's it, I've had enough. I'm
No.
never doing that again.
No, you're really
No.
positive.
You've never ever said that. It's always like, I don't know, it's always, you've either always just accepted that that's the way it is with auditions, and it's
on
like,
to the next thing.
that's what it is.
I've never seen your energy diminish in any way.
Mm.
In fact, it's got stronger with each audition you've been on.
And I do think sometimes it's funny when I go, do you know what? I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this anymore. And then I get a call. Oh, you've got this job. Oh my God, I cannot wait. I'm back at work.
Yeah.
I think you've already been through some of the worst auditions.
I think so.
And I don't think it's, I think anything else that does happen is from now on it's going to be like not as bad as that. Or you probably know what's in store. So you're like, I know how rubbish it is, and I know, who can be on the panel.
Yeah.
The person that can be.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're just a bit like, bring it on.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm here for, but I know like who I don't know, you're going to be in front of.
Yeah, but I also think even if you don't get the job, you're getting a reputation in the circle of directors, etc. And panelists.
She's still coming back.
Yeah,
right.
Well, we've seen her before, and so I think the more you apply in this industry, the bigger the reputation you get. You may not get the job, but I think people will probably start to respect you as well.
Yeah,
that she's still here, she's still doing it. And I think if you're still doing it and they're still wanting to see you, then you must have something. There must be something. It's just, as you mentioned earlier on, it's just not the thing for you at this moment in time.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's any shame in auditioning for things more than once. I know one particular show I've auditioned for 3 times now, and I never go into it thinking, how embarrassing, I'm back again. I'm like, oh, they want to see me again, that's nice.
Some of my best memories, well, it's been an eye-opener for us, as I've said, but is hearing your experiences in the audition, where you've acted opposite somebody, and it's been a really positive experience. And you've learned from it. Yeah. And so you haven't got the job, but you've developed as a performer. And
Definitely. Some of the chances that you get are unbelievable. Yeah. One of the most exciting moments that happened for me at an audition that I will never, ever forget is when I auditioned for Scylla, and I got to read opposite Jeff Pope, who is the writer of the musical. And he's an incredible writer, and he wrote this beautiful scene for Scylla and Bobby, and he played Bobby and I played Scylla, and I just remember walking out of that audition feeling like I'd just head over heels fallen in love with Jeff Pope. And they had Laurie Mansfield on the panel, and Scylla's son, Robert Willis. It was a very small room, but it was just a very magical experience. And that was when we were the final 30. I had no idea what was going to happen. And I had fake nails missing and my top had broken, but it was an amazing audition. And I marched straight to Pandora afterwards and bought myself a gift. I bought myself a £60 bracelet, and I met someone for dinner that night, and they were like, I said, I've got amazing news, and they walked in and they went, did you get it? Did you get the role? And I was like, no, I'm final 30. That was my news. Okay, so we're now going to go to my dad, my lovely dad, who has been at some very early morning auditions with me, driving me to places. You've also surprised me in a queue once, didn't you?
I did. We'd spoken to you about an hour or two before, and we could sense there was a bit of anticipation in your voice.
This was an open call. I'm not going to say for what show, because it's absolutely ridiculous that I auditioned for this, but I did queue up at 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
And I did say to Mum, listen, why don't we go to London? Why don't we get in it? Well, it was close by that day.
Oh, you're so lovely.
So we got to London, and we decided to get a taxi, and we got up to the theatre, and the guy dropped us off, and we got out, and you were on your phone and so concentrated on getting ready for it. and Mum and I had coffee in our hands or something like that, and we stood in front of
With
you.
umbrellas as well, so I couldn't really see you.
So you couldn't see us, and we just went in front of you as if we'd taken your spot, and then we turned round and we just saw your face. Your face just lit up, and I think you cried.
Yeah.
But you were so excited.
I was
to see
so
us,
relieved to see you.
And the people in the queue as well, they were like, "Oh my God,
It
oh
was
my
so
God."
lovely.
But we just sensed it would be a good day to be there.
You've done that a couple of times, haven't you, in my life?
That was amazing. Yeah,
It was really good, wasn't
I
it?
don't know how we timed it, but it was perfect timing.
It
wasn't
just-
it?
You got to come
We were
in
there,
the
we
room.
kept- I know.
Yeah, we were there with the
We're there.
artists.
Yeah.
And that, so
And there was a girl from my uni. She was there, and I was like, "My mum and dad have come with me."
Everyone was looking at us like, what are they doing here?
But
I
another
did say
thing-
you could have auditioned.
I
It was an
think they
open.
thought you were like 16 or something, but you were in your 20s,
Yeah.
weren't you? Like,
I
Always a
remember,
baby.
There's a few
and then
occasions.
we get to hear Harriette singing sometimes.
We do,
don't
we do, and we absolutely
And
love
that's
it.
amazing.
But the funniest one was, again, I was on work. I think I was again about an hour away from you, and I said, "Harriette, I'll come and see you. You just finished an audition," and you told me you meet me at this restaurant. Dad.
Yeah.
And Milton Keynes, and I was driving in the rush hour traffic, and I'm about 20 minutes late or something
Yeah.
like that. You had to go back in for the audition, and I went into this restaurant, and I am looking everywhere for Harriette, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've gone to the wrong place. I've let her down here.
Oh no.
And this young girl comes walking towards me with no hair, a bald young girl.
I thought you had a wig on.
No, she
It was
had.
a bald cap.
It was a bald
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah.
But she was quite relaxed about it.
I'd forgotten. I'd basically done my hair in pink. I was put a wig cap on to wear a wig for this role, and I'd just taken off the wig and left the blooming cap on.
But she was so relaxed, and I'm sitting there having dinner with her,
Full makeup and wig cap.
and people are looking at us, and Harriette was just so blasé about it.
Didn't
It
even
was
care.
like, you know.
And then I actually got to take you to the theatre and take you round, and everyone was like, James Bond's here, James Bond's here. Yeah, people always think you're like 007, don't they? Or an A&R guy.
I've never been so scared behind a stage in all my life. Don't touch that, Dad. Don't
Yeah.
touch this, Dad. Don't touch that, Dad. Don't touch this. So I just walked around the stage with my arms by my side. You know, when you look at it on paper and you go, oh gosh, it was 3-4 hours drive. And it's another 3-4 hours to get back. Actually, you drive back on cloud nine.
Oh,
you know, and
Very
you-
uplifting.
thank
you know,
you, Dad.
and you're very proud of what you see from your daughter, but also from all the other people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Mum and I have struck up lots of really good friendships.
Yeah,
with
everybody
your-
loves my mum and dad when they
know,
come to a show.
We feel like we're parents to them as well,
Yeah.
and we get treated wonderfully by them as well. So,
Yeah, we do.
it is equally as enjoyable for us.
I think that's why this job is so important to me as well, because you do get to share some amazing moments. So like thinking of looking at Nanny and Pa when I was doing Strictly, watching them on the balcony dance, or like, you know, you know, having cousins come backstage and see in your dressing room, or you guys meeting. I mean, and especially some, you know, we've met some really amazing successful celebrities as well. You know, like had a picture with Lewis Smith, Mum, haven't you? And everyone is always so lovely with Mum and Dad. And people always say things like, I heard so much about you. I clearly talk so much about you. Amazing. Thank you, Dad.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Looking
It sounds
forward
like
to the
so
next
far Louis got the got the most dramatic
Louis
one.
has.
We've had the good stuff, Louis. Sorry.
I think it's just about being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
But
happened.
I think, to
for
be
you.
fair, I felt like I got given the short straw here.
Yeah,
I think so.
Everyone's gone with great stories. I've
Yeah.
gone with manic episodes.
No, but I have also met you after other things as well, like rehearsals, and being like, Louis.
I'm just shoulder to cry.
Louis is Louis is a very
You're in
yeah.
the right place
You're
at the right
6'6".
time.
You're 11.
Yeah, you're great to have a hug, and
I was so grateful when you were there.
he also always takes me out for dinner, which is just lovely.
Yeah, right.
I know that time in
I think
Clapham.
you're faking some of these poor auditions.
I do.
Milking me for it, but
Do you remember the one you had which was for it was for a big TV show. You were really young.
Oh yes,
And,
for Dorothy.
Yes.
For Dorothy, yeah.
And you went in. It was so nerve-wracking for you.
Well, with television auditions as well, for those people who haven't done them, they are completely so hyped up, and it's like in a normal audition, you're not really recorded. This is like filmed from the moment you like.
It's a fly on the wall.
Yeah, it really is. And I think it was 15, 16,
yeah,
16.
15, 16, and the atmosphere's. I feel like it's completely different than a normal audition. It's very highly charged.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sportsmanship, and there's a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
So it's a different experience, and it sort of brings out the protective side in us, doesn't it? And you handled it so well. You went in, you were called in, you waited your turn, you called in, you got separated into groups of 12.
Yeah.
And you went in to see the casting director, and you sang. And I just need to backtrack, because just before you went in, a lady went in who was she looked a lot older than you, and more mature and experienced, but she came out in floods of tears. She actually came running out, and she
I
sort of
forgot
ran
about
into
that.
the arms of the producer. And was she was.
They obviously knew her then.
She
They'd
was
called her
really-
in.
Yeah, she was really upset, and she needed a bit of time just to gather herself. And she said she'd messed up, and they let her go back in. And that was just before you went in.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh no, like just ignore it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
You
don't
always tell me
worry.
to put my headphones in and not let it get to me.
Down, get into the zone. Just block it all out and just do your best. And anyway, she came out and she was still very upset. And then you got called in, and you went in, and it was a huge arena, wasn't it? And the room that you went into was overlooking.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Sports field.
And it was a tiny room, but there was about 12 of us in there, wasn't there?
And you sang, and you came out, and then we went to leave.
Yeah, because they didn't call my name,
No,
did they?
no.
In the room, they called about 3 people's names, and I wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
And when I came out, I bumped into one of my friends, didn't I? And she said, oh, I haven't been called either, so I'm going to go home. And we were like, okay, we'll go home.
We'll go home. And we've had a nice day out.
Yeah, we've been to Cardiff.
Yeah, we've loved it.
Yeah.
And Cardiff's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, we love Cardiff.
We had a great day anyway. But as you were walking away, the casting director came out and said, oh no, Harriette, actually, I need to see you again. So you went back in, and it was all buzzing.
It was
and
so
the camera
exciting,
was there,
yeah.
And everyone was, oh, I'm so excited, so excited. And then you sang again, and then you got through to the next round.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Which was the same day. And me being so naive was like, oh great, we can go home now. Let's get the car. And then I suddenly realised that it was all on the same day.
Yeah.
So we nearly left.
Yeah.
And you would have
missed a massive...
with David.
Yeah. Oh my God. Literally, it was such an amazing experience. I have actually auditioned for David Grindrod in the last few years as well, and I always want to say, do you remember me when I was 15 and I walked into the curtain?
Yeah.
But he was so lovely, and I think what's really, really damaging sometimes in auditions is the brutality of it if you're not equipped for it. And I think if that had happened to me at 15, I would have not been in the industry. But he was so great, because I sang Warwick Avenue, and he was like, okay, lovely, but I'm not getting the connection with the eyes and the voice, I'm not seeing it. And I know exactly what he means now, but at the time I thought, okay, I'll just open my eyes wider. When I get... And he was like, no, well, okay, so you're telling a story. And I literally would have been like me at 15, massive smile on my face. I'm leaving you for the last time, baby. You think you'll love it. And the words are obviously like, I'm leaving you. Like, I'm thinking eyes and teeth.
Projection.
You think you're loving, but you don't love me. Smile. I want to be free. Smile. Yeah, just totally...
Wrong song.
Completely
And
wrong song for Dorothy. Why was I singing Duffy?
Well, they did want a more sort of modern.
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah.
And you know.
But talking about my breakup at 15, I mean, I had no life experience. Every
you
week.
were on to your third husband.
I was. I think 7th by that age.
But he was lovely to you.
Yes, but he was great for someone who's 15, 16, and he said, "You're not my Dorothy today." And I remember, really, I grabbed hold of that and I've never let it go because it wasn't today, it wasn't then. No. I mean, he hasn't called me since, but maybe one day I'll be his Dorothy. But it was just a great
it was a very
first
positive
audition.
Experience for you.
Not like another one I had at that age where I got told off for saying little wrong. I said, there's something like about a little lamb. I said little, and she said to me, it's little. You're saying little lamb, it's little lamb. So I was like, there's a little lamb. Try it again. There's a little lamb. No, you're still doing it. There's a little lamb.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get that part, because I can't say little.
Even though the auditions may have been really tough, you have, you have got.
They're actually a really good experience, drama school auditions, for those people who haven't done them. I mean, I never went to drama school, and I don't think, for me, my path has been completely different because I obviously went to BIM and studied music. But it was an amazing experience because you have to audition in front of everyone else, which you don't really, apart from some auditions that need you to be a real ensemble cast. We don't really audition first round in front of people. And this would be people are doing the same speeches as you, they're doing the same songs as you, and it's quite intimidating to sit in front of other people and but it's a great experience.
And then your BIM audition was another ball game completely. It was totally the opposite. Very relaxed, very chilled.
So chilled. They asked me if I could play piano and I said yes, and they said play something, and I played dum da dum da dum da dum da dum and then I remember just going, she was like, do you know any more? I was like, yes. Dum da 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 dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. She went, any more? And I went, yeah. Dum da da dum da da dum da dum. Anything else? Yeah. With two hands. But I did have a picture of Amy Winehouse staring at me, and she said to me, oh, are you a big Amy Winehouse fan? I said, massive. Absolutely, I was just absolutely besotted with her. And and I always say to people, I feel like Amy was watching over me that day, because obviously unlike any other audition, they literally offered me on the spot.
They hired you on the spot.
And you guys, weren't you waiting in a car, and it was really hot?
Couldn't believe it. You came out, you were like in your floaty long maxi dress. I've got it. And we were like, what?
I was like, I'm moving to Brighton.
Amazing. What? No recall?
I know.
Not second audition. Sorry? Are you sure? We were like, are you sure?
Yeah.
You were like, yeah, got to work on my theory this summer, but I'm in. And it was fantastic.
It was all down to Amy.
So that was a completely different.
That was a great 3 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was great. We had a great day in Brighton that day.
Oh, we did. And BIM as well, I've said this so many times, I didn't feel like school had my back at all, but I did feel like when I went to the theatre studio in Cheltenham and BIM, they just totally got me. They really help you play to your strengths and weaknesses. I mean, BIM was just fantastic for me with my theory for A&R auditions. I was able to audition for Brian Ferry and some really Mike Stock, some fab people. Being seen by Warner Brothers, Psycho, we got to work with X Factor, and I just think when you find that place, no matter where it is, that just gets you and understands you, and that's what I think was so great about BIM, was there was so much excitement, whether it was an audition or playing at some incredibly prestigious venues like Concord 2 and Coalition and Comedia. It just was an amazing place, and you guys came basically every single end of term show. Mum, you came to Brighton.
I'd be on tenterhooks waiting to hear if you'd got onto the end of your show, end of term show. You were auditioning.
I think you used to come to the sound checks with me as well.
Yeah, we knew Brighton.
Yeah.
Very honoured. And then there were other auditions that I remember you doing, the open auditions, which are just so hard because everyone turns up. And you've got so much hope riding on it.
It's weird, isn't it? Because
you don't even get in.
No.
You don't even get into
the
venue.
What's the one that I didn't get in?
You turn up at like 5:30 in the morning and you queue up. You arrive and there's already 200 people there.
Yeah.
and you're still there at lunchtime. You're on the phone to me.
Yeah.
I haven't moved an inch.
No. Jesus
then
Christ
there's
Superstar, I didn't
that's
even...
what I was thinking of.
Didn't even get let in. I think I was number like 400 in the queue, and they said, we can take your CV, but we're not letting anyone else in. Funnily enough, though, with Scylla, the thing is with an open, you don't know if you're going to get in. And I remember the cameras were there, and I thought, there's no way I'm going to get through, so I don't want to be caught on camera. So I rang Mum for the whole time, and I was like, Mum, there's so many cameras, and I said, I'm not going to get through. It was just like, there's no way I'm going to get through. And thanks to you, Mum, you stay on the phone to me. And then I go to that Starbucks.
How many people went for that one?
I think about 2,000.
Oh my...
Or Scylla?
Yeah.
I think it was more. I think it was.
About,
I think it was more.
About 1 million? No.
A million?
A bit more.
Louis, you're such a muggle.
3,500.
2,000 to 1 million?
Couple million?
No, oh my God.
Let's say a million.
Let's say a million, because that makes me sound great.
You're 1 in a million.
It was just so, so thanks to Mum.
I remember one audition, I ended up in a room that I shouldn't have been in, you know.
She started auditioning?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been asked if I'm an
auditionee.
Do one.
Yeah, we've got to give Louis some recognition, don't we, Dad?
Yeah.
Because every time I have an audition, Louis either got to learn it on the guitar, or do you remember when you had to do the Star Wars self-tape with me?
Yeah, I actually forgot about that, but...
And I had to be like, Adam, eat your apple, or something like that. I don't know
I
what.
honestly can't remember that.
And you did another one for me.
I'm trying to think, I definitely...
And I was an American nun. And
No,
you
I don't remember that.
and you had to be like, we were in a coffee shop and I was ordering something, and your intonation is so funny because it's like, look, I've done this and I've done this, I've done this and I've done this.
Yeah.
Were you Obi-Wan
This.
Kenobi?
No, this is a different one. This is the American nun.
Oh.
This is the American nun, and he's like really going for it in the read-through. He's like, and I really didn't know this, and I really didn't do this, and just yeah.
Like all that intonation.
And so I recorded it and then put it on my speaker and obviously recorded it that way. But it's just so funny. And for that audition, I thought I was called Sister Michelle, and it's Sister Michael. So I did the whole thing going, I'm Sister Michelle. And it literally says sides, the name of the file is Sides for Sister Michael.
Oh, could you not read then, babe?
No, what's wrong with me? Didn't get that job.
No.
Why not?
But also I wanted to say as well, one of my earliest auditions was when Mum and Dad filmed me for S Club Juniors.
Yes.
And I had to do Loving You Is Not Just Luck or Illusion. And I was about 7.
You had to send in a tape.
Yeah.
And I think I did it on the
last
day before the deadline.
Oh, so it was your fault I'm not in S Club Juniors. I could have been a Saturday.
I was really like...
You could have been best
I was
mate
really
with Rochelle.
debating whether I should do it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know...
So you held me back.
and all that,
You held
like,
me
not
back.
cool.
You heard it here first.
I didn't want you, ruined by the industry at such a young age. Lol.
But then you pushed me to do the nativity auditions. She's like, you better be Mary. No, she didn't ever say that. But you were very proud of me for being the leading star.
Oh yeah, you were so...
Oh, Louis, Louis got bigger roles than me at school though, because Louis was like
Louis
the
lead.
sensible. Yeah. So I would... Well, you got like all the lines.
You had the lead role.
I was the squirrel of the nativity play.
You were the...
Right? Who would name the squirrel as the main character in the nativity?
You literally had your own song.
You did.
Yeah.
You had solo.
You always
Fetch it
got
nuts.
you always got a good part, I think, because you're sensible. Whereas for me, they'd be like, oh, she'll be flirting with someone on stage, she'll be like itching her
He was
nose,
focused.
she'll be
He was
waving.
focused.
Hey, I need
Do
you
you
to
remember
fetch
the
some nuts.
Another one of the difficult auditions was another TV show where, again, you were young and we got there at the crack of dawn, so did everyone else, so did the whole country, and we queued up outside for God knows how many hours. And it was like a free-for-all.
God, that was a nightmare, yeah.
And then there was no sort of registration. You just literally grabbed a number. I could have grabbed a number and stuck it on. And
You should have.
and you got into the booth and you did your thing. I was standing outside listening, and I thought, oh yeah, she sounds good. And then you came out and you were like, not today. And
I
said,
remember
"Where's
that
your-"
so clearly.
They've kept your application form, and you said they just ripped it up in front of me as soon as I finished singing. And I thought, wow.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said something
up and
really
threw it in the bin.
backhanded to me as well, like,
Good effort.
good effort.
And then, you know, that you've had other auditions that have been really positive, so you take the rough with the smooth.
Yeah, you do. And that's the biggest thing I think that I want to get across with this podcast is that we do have those terrible moments. We do have the hilarious moments which make for really funny stories. And we do have those like amazing successes. Sometimes you succeed and sometimes you don't. And with this podcast, I want to kind of celebrate those times that maybe things didn't go right, because we're all human and it doesn't mean that you're not talented. And also celebrating just getting in the room.
Celebrate the journey.
Yeah,
Celebrate the journey.
definitely, because it isn't like, how many lines do I have in a show? Like when you're younger and definitely working with children, I say to them,
Celebrate the bravery.
yeah,
as well.
that's so
That's
nice.
a huge moment to go out in front of random people and sing,
Yeah,
or random people and act, or random people and just, you know, cry
yeah,
for a role.
There's no
Yeah.
other industry that will give you the experience that you're going through. And we've always said, you know, when one door closes, you know, another one opens.
definitely. Every single part I've got or audition I've got has been because of something else, and that's what you have to remember. Some of my favourite auditions, certainly for adverts, it's like you find out the day before and you just have to prepare something, you know, on the spot. And they're some of my favourites because...
Some of your advert auditions have been really funny.
Oh, yes.
The crisp packet.
That's for another day. Yes, my advert auditions, having to eat single crisps from different packets. Yeah, and not being able to crunch the crisp in half. You have to eat it whole. So you hope that you don't pick out a massive crisp. So I'm trying to break it as I'm getting the crisp out of the packet. And then I'm like, what's my line?
You're doing that with a skip or something, or a quaver.
Yeah.
You couldn't put it in.
What if
could
you get the tingles, you know, from the what's?
Sorry, did you just say what if you get the tingles from the what's it?
it?
On that note...
I thought this was PG, to be honest.
On that note...
Yeah, Tricia.
On that note, Patricia
Sorry,
Mullen,
guys, I didn't mean
thanks. That's all for today. I'd love to hear your closing line. Thanks, that's all for today. You can all say it differently, obviously.
Thanks. That's all for today.
Love that.
Thanks. That's all for today.
Oh my God. Of course you were going to do it like I thought you were going to say, thank you. That's enough. That's what Louis calls it.
Yeah, thanks. We've had enough. Goodbye.
Don't call us, we'll call you.
And
Thanks. That's all for today.
oh, I like that. And just in case anyone's like, why is it called thanks, that's all for today? That's generally what I get told at the end of an audition. But thanks for listening, and thanks to my lovely family.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for your time.
For an amazing hour and a half session.
Thanks for your auditioning.
I know. No, you're welcome. You've all got the role.
Thank you.
But
Enough. That would be me. No
Enough.
more. That's if I was on the panel.
I would love to see the three of you in an audition. Thanks so much. That's not even my tagline. Thanks, that's all for today.